I'm sure Nashville has ruined more than one fucking marriage. I'm glad you're being such a kind person and not gonna take my last cigarette when guess what? I wasn't gonna fucking give it to you anyway. After I got out the door, he stopped pissing to let me walk by. He didn't put his dick away, but he did stop pissing. I didn't drink coffee for a day, and then Tuesday I woke up and I didn't know where the fuck I was. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the next episode of Joe Kelley's Psychedelic Experience. What's going on with you? Hello, Joe Pal Joe checking in with you on a motherfucking Thursday this week. Ladies and gentlemen, real quick, I will be at the Laughing Skull Lounge this weekend in Atlanta, Georgia. One show Friday, which is going to be, the first? I believe it's the first. Hold on, people. I'm going to click around here and make sure I got this right. Yes, October 1st, 8 p.m. We got one show at the Laughing Skull, and then Saturday the 2nd, I will be at the Laughing Skull at 5 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And then I'm going to be in Florida the week after, the 7th through the 10th. The 7th and 8th, I will be in Panama City. The 9th, Mobile, Alabama. And Sunday the 10th, I will be in Pensacola. Go to joekellycomedy.com for all the details, the venues, and you can get tickets and all that shit there. Also, Social Fox Brewing. I almost forgot about my own goddamn show. That'll be going down in Norcross, Georgia, next Tuesday, which I believe is October 5th. Social Fox Brewing, Norcross, Georgia. Again, joekellycomedy.com for all the details. The album, people, I finally have a date for it, October 26th. That's when the album will be out. It is going to be a Tuesday. It's going to be my birthday. But that's the day the album will be out. People have been asking me, hey, Joe, what's been going on with your comedy album? Do you have the tracks? Are they mastered? Yes. They've been ready for a long time, people. But I don't know. I decided to try and pitch the album to a label. I was going to try and get some distribution through a label. They didn't say no, but they've had the tracks for over a month, and they just keep sending me emails every week that say, hey, we haven't forgot about you. And it's like, I'm not playing this shit. I'll just put it out my fucking self. You know what I mean? It's like I've completely put it on the back burner just because I have the tracks and everything, have the album artwork, have everything together, and I was like, let me try and get some sort of, I don't know, mainstream kind of connection in my comedy world. And it's just a fucking, ugh. You know what I mean? It's like you've had it for a fucking month and it's just week after week. Hey, we haven't forgot. Hey, we haven't forgot. Well, it's like, well, that's good. I'm glad you haven't forgot. It's literally 20 tracks long. Most of the tracks are about 2 minutes. Some are about, between 3 and 6 minutes. So you could have listened to one a day and it wouldn't have taken but 120 seconds to listen to it. So I'm just going to put it out myself. Fuck it. If something, we'll maybe down the road when I do a second album, I'll link up with a label and they could fucking put it out and they could pay for the fucking thing, Because I talked to my buddy who's on the same label, Aaron Weber. Go check out his comedy album, Shirts and Skins. It's a great album. And he's like, dude, if you have it, just put it out yourself. The only reason I guess he went through them was because they paid for it. So, and they're going to get royalties and shit from it. But it's like, it's whatever. I'll handle that shit myself. So again, the album will be out October 26th. I'm going to get some pre-sales, pre-orders, all that shit set up. And it will be available on streaming services, on joekellycomedy.com, Apple Music, everywhere. I'll keep you posted with all the details and shit, but look out for it. October 26th, my friends. That's what's been going on with it. I've been sitting here waiting on somebody to go, hey, we're going to do something with this, or we're not. So I am tired of waiting, so that's what's going on with it. How are you, my friend? Did you enjoy yourself this past week? Did you have a good weekend? I was up in Nashville, Tennessee. That's why the podcast didn't come out on Monday. I was there all weekend, got back kind of later on Sunday, and just was plumb tuckered. Plus, I had some work to do when I got back. It's like I work from home, but it's hard to work from home when you're not home. You know what I mean? When you're in a different environment, such as Nashville, Tennessee, the great city of Nashville. I was up at a comedy bar up there. We closed it down, people. It's no more. Comedy bar has officially closed. I believe they are working on a new location, but they always treated me well. So sad to see them go. But it's how the old cookie crumbles, I should say. Have you all been to Nashville lately? For those of you who don't know, I did start doing comedy there in 2012. And boy, oh boy, has that city changed. It's become, as they say, Nash Vegas. Everyone goes there, grown adults go there to just misbehave and act foolish. It's interesting. It's very fun. All the white women, oh my goodness, all the white women that love going to Nashville, Tennessee. I swear to God, if you stay downtown in Nashville, you don't need a fucking alarm at all. If you just leave your window open, you'll be woken up on the hour, every hour, by white women going woo. It's 6 a.m., and there's drunk white women going woo every fucking 20 minutes. I don't understand. I don't understand how that's fun. You know what I mean? You go to a city, and by noon you're shithoused, blacked out, wandering around some city you got no business being in. You're going to get married next week, but meanwhile you're fucking a couple of guys while you're down there, huh? I know what happens with all the bachelorette parties. I'm sure Nashville has ruined more than one fucking marriage. I guarantee it has, or soon to be marriage. I guess it's ruined engagements, you know what I mean? These ladies just get fucking sloshed, man. It's crazy. Pissed drunk by noon, and then want to come to a comedy show at 9 o'clock at night and just be glassy-eyed and no one fucking home. What am I going to do? What am I supposed to say to you? I don't have any jokes about fucking Cincinnati or wherever the fuck you're from. It wasn't that bad. I'm just bitching for no reason. But them white ladies, man, y'all love Nashville. I don't know why. I don't know how that became the place for bachelorettes to go. It used to be a cowboy town, right? Country music and cowboys, outlaws used to be there, and now it's just people misbehaving, grown adults misbehaving. I was out before the show smoking a cigarette. Am I smoking cigarettes from time to time? Yeah. Have I smoked in the past 3 days? No, I haven't. Haven't smoked since I got back. So that's good, right? That's very good. But I was having a cigarette outside of a show. I only had 2 on me. And some fellow walks up with his very, very wide pupils. Big-ass pupils. Had a nice Johnny Cash shirt on, too. And he was just talking a lot to me. He wanted a cigarette, but then I didn't have. I was like, I only got one left, dude. He's like, I'm not going to take your last one. It's like, well, I wasn't going to give it to you anyway, buddy. So I'm glad. I'm glad you're being such a kind person and not going to take my last cigarette when guess what? I wasn't going to fucking give it to you anyway. You're such a kind-hearted person for letting me keep my last cigarette that I was not going to fucking give you. But he's like me. He's not a smoker, But he's in Nashville for the weekend, pushing 40 years old. He's there with his lady. They left their kids back wherever the fuck they live. And that's why he was going to smoke. He was letting me know that's why he's smoking. He's not a bad guy. He's got kids. And he doesn't want to see his kids to see him smoking. But as soon as he's out of town, he'll start smoking. So that's what he was trying to do. But thank God there's a new Dollar General X downtown. Have you guys fucking seen those? My God, people. Check out a Dollar General X sometime. It's a convenience store and a dollar store. All in one, baby. It's very nice. I believe they have one here in Atlanta. The big cities get it. The big cities get the Dollar General X. I'm sure all you hillbillies in your small fucking nowhere towns, you probably just have regular Dollar Generals, But this is a Dollar General X. Nice people work there. Not your run-of-the-mill dollar store employees. Educated folks. People with degrees work at the Dollar General X. A lot of people with managerial experience working at the Dollar General X. Do they have fresh produce? You bet your ass they do. You bet your fucking ass they do. Do they have pre-made sandwiches? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't think they do. Because I went there looking for a sandwich. And all I found was a loaf of bread and meat. Had to make it my goddamn self. I had to go get fucking sandwich stuff from the goddamn dollar store. Because Comedy Bar, right? They used to be attached to a restaurant called Gino's East Pizza. But I guess the pizza place or the kitchen closed last fucking week or 2 weeks ago. So they were just doing comedy and had no food. I was so excited to get a slice of pizza and tell some jokes. But instead I had turkey sandwiches. From a goddamn dollar store. Hey, it wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad. Had a very interesting, I guess, experience at the Dollar General, you know? After I got my dinner, my loaf of bread and my sliced deli turkey, I walk out the door, and right next to the door, there's just a homeless guy just pissing away, you know? Not even with his back turned. You know how some people will piss on a wall. Not this guy. He was pissing directly on the sidewalk. But he was a gentleman. Why do I say that? Because after I got out of the door, he stopped pissing to let me walk by. He didn't put his dick away, but he did stop pissing all over the fucking sidewalk. I made a joke about it at Comedy Bar that he was a gentleman. It was like, that was his version of like the 1950s, you know, when a fella used to put his coat over a puddle for a lady to walk by. I feel like that was the homeless guy's version of that. He was pissing, then he saw me coming. He's like, "Oh, walk on by, my lady." And then he went back to pissing all over the sidewalk. Nashville's crazy. I can't believe everybody was just letting him fucking just stand there and do it, you know? But what are you going to do? That was probably the only interesting thing that really happened while I was in Nashville. Was a guy was just pissing on the sidewalk. The shows were pretty good. The shows were fine. Was Saturday pretty rough? Oh yeah, that was a very rough show. But again, it's such a weird fucking venue. I love Comedy Bar. The one in Chicago is fantastic, but just how it's, because it's downtown in Nashville, or it was downtown. So the whole idea is like, oh, people will come here off of Broadway or whatever. But everybody who's been out and about, they're all just piss fucking drunk and barely coherent. You know what I mean? And they're not there necessarily for the jokes. They're there for something. I don't know what. But Saturday was a goddamn battle. And then, since Comedy Bar was closing, they're like, hey, we got to get rid of all this booze. And I'm like, well, hell, we could probably all sit here and drink this booze. But everybody fucking left. Everybody who was on the show left. Even the people working at the bar left. So I was like, well, I guess I'm not going to stick around and drink by myself, you know. Not that I'm against that. You know, I'm an adult. I'm fine. I can handle that. But I'm not going to sit at an abandoned comedy club and get all schnockered up. By myself? Nah, that ain't good. That ain't good. Plus, the fucking UFC was on Saturday. What? Well, boy, we had some good fights on Saturday. Did y'all see them? I don't know how many people give a shit about UFC and listen to my bullshit, but some great fights were out there. The return of the great Nick Diaz ended I don't know. Some people were disappointed with the ending. For those of you who don't know who Nick Diaz is, he's a bad motherfucker. But he was suspended, I believe, 6 years ago. He had like a 5-year suspension because he tested positive for marijuana after a fight. So he had smoked marijuana sometime in the lead up to his fight, and the Nevada Athletic State Commission decided to ban him for 5 years. Meanwhile, people who take steroids, they get like a year or two ban, you know. So he was out of the fight game for a while, came back against the great Robbie Lawler. It was a fun fight, man, but Nick just he didn't want to be there. You know, he didn't tap out, but he got punched in the nose, and his nose was bleeding real bad, and he's like, you know what? I don't think I want to do this anymore. Which is, I respect. I fucking respect. You know, it was still a fun fight while it lasted. I love Nick Diaz. All these old guys keep coming back and keep getting the shit kind of beat out of them. No fun. No fun at all. And then, what was the co-main event? Valentina Shevchenko. Hey, how about that for a little enunciation? I believe she is the women's flyweight champion. She's a little Russian lady. I think she's from Russia or something. Just a bad motherfucker, man. I had some money on her, so that was good. And then the main event was Volkanovski, something like that. Some other possibly Russian dude or Australian or something like that. Bro, that was one of the most best insane fights I have ever seen in my life. That third round was fucking nuts, man. The Volkanovski dude, I'm probably saying that wrong. He was definitely winning he won the fight. He was winning pretty much every round. But that third round, man, he got caught in a guillotine choke that I think most anybody else probably would have tapped out. His face was the reddest fucking red I've ever seen anybody's fucking face. It was insane. And somehow he got out of it, and then maybe 30 seconds later ends up in a fucking triangle choke too. A deep one, and somehow he made it out of it and then just stood up and started beating the fuck out of Brian Ortega. It was fucking insane, man. It was such a good fight. It was so good. I highly recommend you check out the highlights if you haven't. It was wild. And it made a little money off that too. The only fight, I went like fucking 7 for 8 this weekend on fights. The only one I lost was that Nick Diaz fight. And he was winning. I think he was winning up until he just wouldn't get up, man. So, all in all, a very good, fun weekend for Joe. What have you been doing? I don't know what the fuck's going on in the news, you know? I don't know. They're firing healthcare workers, right? Isn't that something that's going on for not being vaccinated? Remember last year when everybody was just standing out on their balconies and clapping and cheering for all the healthcare workers, for all of them. And now it's like, okay, fuck some of you. Remember when they were all heroes last year? None of them were vaccinated last year, right? And they were all heroes. And now it's like, they can get fucked. Even though they did probably the hardest job that they've ever had last year, dealing with all the hospitalizations and shit. And now we're just like, fuck them. Fuck them. Either get the thing or you can fucking quit. You know, these people made a great sacrifice last year. Remember when we all loved them? Hooting and hollering. Remember that? Crying for them too. Everybody was clapping and just so thankful. And so thankful for them. And now people hope they fucking die. Oh, what a great world to live in. I think they're doing the same thing. I think I read something today that they're doing something similar with the border patrol down towards Mexico. They're either like, get the shot or get the fuck out. And I don't know. What are we doing, people? What the fuck are we doing? Are we playing this game? Has anybody regretted voting for Biden yet? Have you all done that yet? I know a lot of people have. I don't know why. Stick to your guns, people. Stick to your guns. Don't regret it. You made the decision. This is your fault. Remember? Y'all voted for him. You voted for him. So this is your fucking fault. And now everyone's having fucking voter regret. You know? I love it. I think it's so goddamn funny. People are like, hey, that guy's kind of a dipshit. It's like, yeah, they're all dipshits. None of them care about you. Don't let them pretend they ever care about you, because none of them do. Have they ever called you on your birthday or cooked you dinner? You know what I mean? Did they fucking come and put a washcloth on your head when you were sick? No, your mom did that shit for you. Don't give a fuck about these lying-ass politicians. Show a little more love towards your mother and your grandmother and your father and your siblings. Unless they're assholes, unless they beat you and molested you, then don't. You know what I mean? Then they're not much different than the politicians if they did all that shit. But not one of these motherfuckers ever called me when I was feeling blue. So fuck them all. We got to quit playing this bullshit game. We're getting wrapped up in a bunch of nonsense. Australia's getting absolutely crazy. Cops are beating the shit out of people over there. Man, oh man. I really got no clue what's going on in the world. I've just been staying in my own little bubble. Had a fun time in Nashville, and that's been pretty much it, people. That's been pretty much it. I got no animal video clip of the week this week. I'm trying to think of one that I may have seen, but I don't remember any offhand. I did see a dog fight 3 chickens. Little Chihuahua. It was neat. It was fun. I've been busy. I'm sorry I haven't had time to keep you up on animal videos. But maybe y'all can send me some to break down. I know it's a big flagship of the podcast here. Is the animal video clip of the fucking week. So maybe if y'all have some of your favorite animal videos, you can send them my way. Email me, joekellycomedy@gmail.com, or send them to the DMs. I'd be happy to discuss your animal video clips of the week and give you a little shout out on the podcast saying thanks, you know? So maybe we could do that in the near future. I don't fucking know, man. It's just been... I haven't smoked weed in a few days either. I'm trying to just take it easy. I tried to not drink coffee. And let me tell you, people, I didn't drink coffee for a day. And then Tuesday, I woke up and I didn't know where the fuck I was. And then as soon as I was like, man, I got to make a little... I was like, I just make a cup of coffee real quick. And as soon as I took a sip of coffee, evened me right out. But I swear to God, I woke up Tuesday morning after not drinking coffee for just a day. You know, whatever it was, 36 hours, something like that. Probably longer than that. Probably a little bit more than 36. Probably pretty close to, I don't know, 40, maybe about 40 hours. And I swear to God, I woke up Tuesday and I had no fucking clue where I was, who I was, or anything. It was so fucking strange. I didn't realize caffeine or coffee had that kind of effect on me. I was planning on not drinking coffee for a month. I'm trying to have a big lead up to my birthday, but fuck, that ain't going to happen, people. That ain't going to happen. If I can't even remember my own fucking name, what a drug, you know? What a fantastic legal drug that caffeine is. I love it. Have y'all ever tried to quit any of your vices or your chemical dependencies? Booze is different. I've gone plenty of time without drinking, and I can remember my name and everything, but I swear to God, dude, I woke up fucking Tuesday. I didn't know which way was up or down or left or right. It was the strangest fucking feeling I've ever felt. Had no idea. And then took a quick sip of that black gold, and boy, it set me straight. Put me on planet Earth once again, you know? So send me your coffee recipes. Send me your animal video clips of the week, all right? Had a quick little podcast for you. Didn't want to leave you hanging this week. I didn't want to do it, so we got it out. I appreciate y'all checking out the podcast. Again, I'll be at Atlanta, at a Laughing Skull Lounge this weekend, the 1st and the 2nd. 1 show Friday, 2 shows Saturday. And then I'll be in Florida next week, also Norcross next week on the 5th at Social Fox Brewing. JoeKellyComedy.com has all the dates, all the details. Please check it out. I would appreciate it. And the album will be out. Leftovers and Ladies. It's going to be out October 26th. I can't wait for y'all to hear it. We're going to get some nice promo and try and ramp this shit up and make it the best we possibly can. All right? I appreciate y'all checking out the podcast. I hope you have a good week. Enjoy the weekend, man. Have some fun. Get out there. Winter's approaching. We ain't going to get too many more nice days. It's going to get cold. People are going to get sad. Get your mind right while you can. All right? Take care of yourself. Take care of somebody else. I'll catch you all around next week, my friends. Later.